IVM.
Hey everybody, welcome to the IVM Podcast Network. Wow, we're dealing with some stuff, aren't we? The COVID-19 scare we're facing in India and the world has, it's really changed our lives, hasn't it? But it's also seriously impacted our ability to create podcasts and to get them out to you on schedule. Over the next few weeks, I'd like to ask for your patience if episodes are delayed or postponed. We're also going to be doing many of the recordings remotely, like this one, for example, right? And sound quality is going to be a little uneven while we're facing this time, right? If you want to listen to discussions about COVID, we have had conversations on Cider Says, the Prakati Podcast, Thale Arate, All Things Policy, The Habit Coach, and other shows as well, right? So, please do continue to stay tuned, and we will be talking about this stuff, and we'll be talking about life in general. Also want to thank our sponsors this week, HDFC Life and Paytm Money. So let's get on with this, and I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Hey all, my name is Siddharth Deshmukh and I'm the traveling professor. And I teach various subjects like digital transformations, marketing, business of media, blah, 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 etc. This podcast is my diary of sorts. This is the traveling professor's diary where I share cheer, insights, anecdotes from my journey and experiences. In this diary entry of mine, it is going to talk about a virus that's competing with the dreaded coronavirus. Yes, something that can compete with the dreaded coronavirus is nothing but misinformation about the coronavirus. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about the misinformation virus. Now, a lot of my students know that I teach how an idea becomes viral over a period of time. And we actually study the law of diffusion of innovation when we actually study what makes an idea viral. So I often use, the example of somebody like a Dhinchak Pooja. And why does somebody like, Dhinchak Pooja and her content become viral? And we soon realize that it is we who make her viral. And it is the person who is actually spreading the information who contributes towards making the idea diffuse through humanity. And there are a lot of principles around that. I'm not going to bore you about those principles, but what I'm going to talk to you about is its application when it comes to the coronavirus. Now let's take a little bit about the context behind this misinformation. On March 23rd, when I'm recording this, nobody knows what the hell to do in order to kind of sort this virus out. Now, because at the core of it, we don't know or we don't have a set of instructions on how we can basically cure ourselves of the virus. All we know is how social distancing works, and all we know is how to wash our hands and the rest of it, which is precautionary measures. Nobody knows. Not Elon Musk, not Donald Trump, not Narendra Modi or anybody else. So what do we do in a situation like this? Well, a lot of us will have a lot of opinions, and that is the beginning of misinformation. And this misinformation virus starts spreading around like exactly how a virus does. It is as if the idea itself is a virus. Think about it this way. Wrap your head around it. Misinformation is a virus. The way in which it spreads is that somebody influential in your friend circle starts talking about something with confidence that actually he or she has no clue about. And then that is repeated verbatim by people, and it just spreads out like wildfire. The reason why people don't fact check is essentially because people are lazy. People have better things to do. People trust the source of information, and so on and so forth. But yes, I would trust a doctor for giving me information about a medicine, but would I trust a lawyer? But a lot of intelligent people are also lawyers who seem to be having an opinion of everything. No offense to lawyers, there are bankers, there are nuclear physicists, and everybody else, including you and me, who have an opinion on the virus. But not all of us should be taken seriously, because all of us have misinformed views on this virus. But here we go. We are talking about this virus in any case, and it spreads very, very rapidly. It would be a very interesting study to figure out, whether the information virus is spreading as fast as the coronavirus.
I don't think so. I think sometimes it probably is running faster than the virus itself. Sometimes it becomes slower. One of the things that I do know about information and the way in which it spreads and the way in which it is accepted, that a lot of times educating somebody, wash your hands and the rest of it, doesn't work as well as influence. Now, that is a very sad thing, but it's a very human thing as well. If somebody like Narendra Modi, and he did this when he talked about the Janta curfew that happened a couple of days back, can speak about it, okay, people will believe him. People will come out at 5 o'clock and, clap for people who have done so many good things for all of us during this crisis. But if people are educating us, wash your hands, keep social distance, we will try to game the system. It's a very interesting phenomenon to observe. So influencers actually have a much bigger role than educators in a crisis like this. And I believe that if every influencer and if every celebrity has the ability to communicate through their power of personality to the rest of humanity, what to be doing and what not to be doing, at least we'll have no misinformation spreading. And at least we'll be in a situation wherein we do a lot of things which we are supposed to do in any case. Education works, but education only works in the long term. But the coronavirus is something that we need to fight today. Well, this is a bit of a grim podcast, but it's a podcast that allows us to actually understand how to use information and misinformation rather than talk about the virus itself. I hope that you can find an influencer next to you and tell that influencer to talk about the virus and stop people spreading misinformation. I think you'll be doing a lot of good for humanity. And if you're an influencer yourself, do your bit and make sure that people understand the right things about the virus. Wash your hands, don't touch your face, be safe, and keep listening to the Traveling Professor's Diary. Okay, with your host Siddharth Deshmukh, the Traveling Professor. And do listen to a lot of podcasts in this time because, that's one of the best things you can do is learn, right? And entertain yourself at the same time. Go to the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com and enjoy yourself. All the best.
Hi, I'm Sariyu Natarajan.
And I'm Alok Prasanna Kumar.
And we are the hosts of the Ganatantra podcast.
On this podcast, we speak to academics, social scientists, journalists, and activists to find out what's actually going on in Indian politics.
On this podcast, we stay away from personality politics, intrigue, and gossip, and instead focus on the data, research, and analysis that drives all this.
So tune in to the Ganatantra podcast, where new episodes are out every Wednesday on the IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Do you have a night routine? Well, everyone has one. And the to-do list usually looks like this. Brush your teeth, set that alarm, get into your pajamas, and switch off those screens. But here's one more to add to that list. Tune into the Positively Unlimited podcast for a dose of positive action and tips on how to build powerful mindsets. Episodes out every Monday on the IVM Podcast app, ivmpodcast.com, or wherever you tune into podcasts.